So good afternoon, friends. Welcome you all in the second day of the 3 day series of mastering making interactive financial dashboard. As you know, the today's session is on mastering on Power BI, which is being taken by Mr. Kapil Kumar Suri, Dr. Kapil Kumar Suri, uh, is the eminent speaker in this area. So as you know, we are the changing environment where everywhere the use of IT is increasing, and especially my domain, which I'm saying that I'm from audit background, and we are more moving from the sampling to 100% audit, and in that, all these IT tools are benefit of tool or leveraging of this IT tool. Without that, we cannot accomplish our audit. Uh, so without taking much time, I invite my council colleague and the secretary of WRC, Mr. Bisinsa, for his opening remark.
Yes, sir. But before starting it, I request office to play ICA motto song and I request everyone to place their right hand on the heart. Thank you very much.
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्विमाणः निर्विमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तदेव शुक्रदब्रह्मा तदब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you very much. And as we are having our dynamic, energetic, and visionary chairman with us of WRC as we entered into this 75th year, and we have with us 75th chairman of India's largest region, none other than CA Saurabh Ajmeraji. Sir, we welcome you.
Thank you, Vishan Bhai.
Again, we have our treasurer, sir, CA Rakesh Bhai, and Vikasa chairperson, CA Rajesh Agrawal ji, coordinator, CA Forum, and our power pack faculty, Professor Dr. Kapil Suri ji, who is always there so far as the technology is concerned amongst us. Sir, your presence will definitely take and reach us to a different height. I am pretty sure, and not taking much of time, I over to you, Rakesh Bhai, to take it further. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhai. So I invite Mr. Chairman Saurabh Azmera, WRC, for his opening remark.
Thank you, Rakesha, the treasurer of WRC. Again, a very wonderful personality in terms of having experience in the field of audit and assurance from last 30 years, representing one of the big four of the India. And then the CA Bishan Shah, the dynamic personality, I can say one more impactful personality which we have in terms of secretary at WRC. He is very innovative, organizing so much programs on the innovation, which definitely benefited to all our members. Then we have the person who is having responsibility of more than 3 lakh chartered accountant students, CA Rajesh Agarwal, Chairman Vikasa with us. He is also very, very innovative, taking new ideas for the betterment of our profession in terms of serving to the CA student. And then we have a person who is known for the technology and very interactive personality, I can say. professional, also Professor Dr. Kapil Kumar Suri ji. We also have a coordinator with us, CA Forum. She is always available whenever we are inviting for the coordination. Thank you, Forum, for your availability. Friends, today we are discussing a very, very important program on the platform of WIRC, where we are discussing about mastering the art of interactive financial dashboards. And when we are discussing about the dashboards, we have to understand that it is always required when we want to make an impactful presentation in front of any organization, as well as we all are the custodian of financial data. Always, wherever we are doing any type of professional work, we are known for the custodian of financial data. But first, we have to understand the language of dashboard. Then only the impact in the presentation of data can be achieved. And I'm very happy that this year WRC is taking all the innovative topic in the virtual as well as physical programs. Today, we are having more than 3 programs which is going on, and I'm very surprised that we are not discussing on the core for which we are known, be it audit, GST and income tax. We are discussing about the DPDP Act with the participation of more than 200 members, and that is the physical program which is going on in our building only. And then we are discussing about the startup CA as a investment catalyst, again in the territory of WRC, under the banner of WRC, but not in our building. That is happening at iHub Ahmedabad, where we have a wonderful infra, and we have invited a group of 50 chartered accountant to have an hands-on experience and to have a practical experience related to startup, how we can be a fundraiser, how we can structure the fund for startup, and exit strategies are being discussed at last 2 days of startup program at iHub Ahmedabad. And I must compliment Bishan Shah for the wonderful coordination. Friends, one more program we are having on IBC, in which we are discussing about the amendment going on. And then we have scheduled more than 3 to 4 program, which is again on the new areas which we want to highlight for all our members. And friends, and that is why this year we are known for the impact for which we are trying to have for each and every member, each and every student. And that start with innovation, which already I highlighted that how innovative we are. And then M stand for mindset. Again, whenever new things happen in the life, it is just because of our positive mindset. We should be open for all the opportunity and think about the global perspective rather than thinking for the domestic activities. And that is why we have come out with the initiative of the Niryas series, where we are discussing about the Go Global scenario. We will planning soon a session with Singapore also, where we are going to discuss about the opportunities lies in the Singapore. Similar way, we are targeting to have all our program this year where we are discussing more towards value creation rather than compliance. As we are no more a custodian of compliance, we are the strategic partner, where we are discussing about the profession in a different way, and we like to participate in a value creation. And that is why we are saying, let's change the mindset from domestic to go global. Let's change the mindset from compliance to value creation. And P stand for professional excellence. Believe me, friends, we are the part of an Institute of Chartered Accountant in India, and which is known for the highest professional standards, ethical standards, and credibility in the society. And that is why we always strive for to have a perfect professional delivery from all our members. And we are organizing so many training programs for the same. Recently, we had a training program on peer review. We had a training program on FAFD. There are so many AI batches is also going on. And then such type of program where we are discussing about the interactive dashboard, also part of the professional excellence development, for which we all are trying best to empower all our members and student at WRC. Then A stand for adaptability. Friends, believe me, if I ask today to everyone that how many of you were using AI in our offices 2 years back, we will all say, no, we were not knowing about all these things. But because of our adaptability approach, today 90% of the chartered accountant in our office are using AI at their offices, and that is just because our adaptability approach, which is always shows as proactive in terms of other profession. Today we have already trained more than 40,000 chartered accountant in AI batches. We are thinking about AI level 1, level 2, and now level 3 will also be launched soon. So we have to understand the adaptability approach which we have, and let's have a participation at full length so we can be satisfied for all the initiative which we are taking at WRC with your adaptability approach. Friends, C stand for collaboration. Again, it is very, very important, where we have two important initiatives, that is, one is CN Access and another is WRC Corporate Setu. We are striving for the collaboration amongst the members in industry and businesses, and that is why we have come out a very unique initiative in this collaborative approach is CN Access, where we are inviting application from all the chartered accountants, those are looking for and partnership with other firm, as well as we are also inviting the data from the partnership firms, those are open for the partners. And definitely it will be a very good initiative, as I have already received the data from approximately 70 odd members and approximately 20 odd firms. Those are looking forward to have a collaboration in terms of CN Access, and where the country leadership is also aligned with us, because our honorable Prime Minister is said that we want to have more big firms from India, and that is why CN Access is very, very important. I request to each one of you, please take participation. This is available at WRC website in initiative. Then WRC Corporate Setu, again a solution of a problem statement, which always we have, that our members in industry and businesses are not connected with our institute, our mother body, in an effective way. And that is why we are trying to create footprint from all the members in industry and businesses in a different way. This year we are trying to structure some programs which we can host at their premises, and we can have their footprint in our ecosystem, where we always feel proud. And all other initiatives are available on WRC website, be it Market on Monday, where we are discussing about the capital market opportunity on each Monday. Sustainable Sunday, again a very good initiative, where we are trying to create an impact on social front. We are discussing about the carbon credit on 12th April in again a wonderful virtual session, that how carbon credit works, what are the accounting treatment we have to take care. And then, believe me friends, I am very fortunate to be here as a 75th chairperson of the WRC, and we are looking forward to have almost new 75 initiative in this year, where we can invite the participation from all across the region to take the benefit. With this, again, I like to hand over to CA Rakesh Shah, the treasurer of WRC, for further proceeding. Thank you so much. Rakesh bhai, you are on mute.
My apology. So I was saying thank you very much, young, dynamic, and enthusiastic chairman of WRC, for your kind words and wisdom. So now I invite my council colleague Rajesh Agarwal and Vikasa chairman for introducing the speaker for the day. Over to you, Rajesh bhai.
Yeah, thank you, Rakesh bhai. Good evening, friends. My council colleague and chairman, CA Saurabh Ajmera, and other council colleagues, Secretary Bishan Shah, Treasurer Rakesh Shah, and today's learned speaker, Kapil Suri. Sir, I have given responsibility to introduce a very well-known person who don't need actually introduction at large. Kapil sir is a globally recognized corporate trainer, consultant, and senior academic with over 28 years of experience across 50 plus countries. It is not cities, it is countries. He is specialized in artificial intelligence, data analytics, cyber security, and IT governance, advising multinational organizations and government bodies. a senior faculty with ICI and associated with premier institutions like IIMs and IITs. He is known for delivering high-impact practical learning programs. He holds prestigious certifications such as CISA, CISM, and CISP, and is trusted advisor to C-suite leaders globally. Sir, with this brief introduction, I really appreciate you have herein with us. Thank you very, very much for accepting our invitation. Over to you, Rakesh bhai.
Thank you, Rajesh bhai. So before I hand over to speaker for the day, just one announcement. Tomorrow's session, it will be starting at 5:30 instead of 4 o'clock. So please, all participants, please take note of that. So over to you, Dr. Kapil Kumar Suri, session for you.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you, all the WIRC council member under the leadership of SM Saurabh Ajmera is really a nice guy, taking good initiative along with Bishan Bhai as well as the entire team. Kindly just confirm I am audible as well as my screen is accessible to all of you.
Sir, you are audible, but your
Audible
screen is
yeah, screen
yet
is not
not.
visible.
Okay, let me.
Now it's there.
Now,
It's there,
Now,
sir.
now,
yeah, it is there.
no. Okay, okay. Very good. So once again, good evening to all of you. Although I am unable to see, other than the council member, the rest of the people. Okay. So I hope all of you would agree, whether you are involved into the audit, whether it is a statutory audit, whether it is a concrete audit, whether it is internal audit, whether it is a tax audit, whether it is IS audit, even you are doing the forensic investigation, or some of you are subject matter expert, domain expertise, either into direct taxation, indirect taxation, project finance, even into insolvency, as well as valuation, merger, acquisition, joint venture, you name it. Everywhere in any form of activity, any chartered accountant, any auditor, even if he or she is playing a role of a consultant, is always dealing with the one thing, that is DATA. That is the data, and data is what I hope all of you would agree that from last 2 decades, each and every corporate honestly accepted that data is the lifeline and now technology is the driver. Okay. Now, with data, all of you are working since the beginning of the career, since the beginning of the profession, as well as you use a number of different type of the tools, like you use for data management tool like a Tally at the small level business organization with the larger scale organization. I hope many of you are having a very good exposure with ERP, like a number of different type of SAP modules. Okay, some of you, I hope, are playing with tool like a SAP HANA along with the Fika, as well as the Joho. Then, for when you will think about chartered accountant and auditor and consultant, then with data, he or she is only responsible to perform one major activity. He or she is not responsible to perform the first activity with respect to the data, that is data recording. He or she is not responsible for data collection. He or she is not responsible for data gathering. Then he or she even is not responsible for second activity, that is data organization. Okay, and data organization, which technically we known as DATA BSE, that is the database, where extensively we are using ERP, because at this moment 90 to 95% business organization, irrespective of the nature, irrespective of the size, are all enabled with ERP. So ERP is again the lifeline, but ERP we are using only for the database purpose, for data management purpose. Okay. Now, the third activity, which is the major activity where each and every chartered accountant and auditor and consultant play a key role, and for which data is playing the most important entity, like in each and every organization, especially people at the top level, people at the governance level, they have to perform the one important activity on daily basis with respect to each and every business organization. That is DMS, that is decision making skill. Okay. And while taking the decision, I hope all of you would agree, the most important source for the people at the top level, people at the governance level, okay, is REPORT. That is the report. Okay. And I hope all of you till date having vast experience while performing n number of different type of audit, as well as the taxation, that at the end, how to prepare the different type of the audit report as well as the taxation reports, as well as a number of different type of the business reports using tool like Excel. And while preparing the report, always perform the major activity after the database, which is the third, that is ANALY SIS, that is analysis, which from now 1 decade, in place of using the term analysis, we are using the term data analytics. Okay. Now, quality of data analysis and quality of data analytics define the quality of the business report, and quality of business report define the quality of the decision making. And reports are always in the form of, either in the form of a tabular form or in the form of a graph or a chart. I hope all of you. So reports always we visualize in the form of a graph or chart, which we know as technically the fourth activity, that is DATAVISUALIZATION, that is data visualization. Now, just before 1.5 decade, maximum a decade, each and every organization, they only concern about the data, and they were comfortably working with tool like a Excel to prepare the business report. Okay. And I hope all of you and many of you, I hope, are using Excel maybe from more than 2.5 decades. Many of you 2 decades, some of you maybe from 1 decade, and there is hardly any chartered accountant who is involved into any type of activities not familiar with Excel. And Excel is a dedicated tool, you know, for data handling and for data analysis. But what about, why suddenly from last 1 decade across the globe, each and every business organization, in place of Excel, now they are giving weightage to tool like a Power BI. Power BI. Now, at the beginning, like I mentioned, data is the lifeline. But what about here? In last 1 decade, majority of business organization, now in place of a static environment, they are working under the dynamic environment. In place of working dedicated under the offline environment, majority of the business organization migrated to hybrid environment. And now every passing day, especially in last 5 years, since the beginning of COVID, majority of business organization, every passing day, are migrating from hybrid to fully online. Now, when business organizations are running their business cycle 24/7, 365 days, and 24/7, 365 days, their business models are running, their business process are under execution, whether it is a purchase, whether it is a procurement, whether it is a production, whether it is a sales, whether it is a warehouse, whether it is a finance. Okay, so whenever any process execute, then before they will generate the data. And now, in place of the data, now we are using a new prefix before the data, that is BIG, that is big data. So now we migrated from data to big data. And now, what about into the Excel? I hope all of you well versed. Excel understood data only in one form, that is into the tabular form. Okay, like Excel is always in the form of a spreadsheet, in the form of a matrix, okay, which is a rectangular arrangement, okay, in the form of a row and a column, and single entry we perform into the cell, okay. And within one sheet, till Excel 2030, we able to accommodate up to 65,000 tuples, 65,000 records, but from 2016 onwards. Now Excel also expanded the range now into a single sheet, be able to accommodate 1 million tuples, 1 million records. But then also, Excel only able to understood the data only in one form, that is data into the tabular form, which is technically we known as SD, that is STRUCTURED, that is a structured data. Okay, but now in last 1 decade, in place of the structured data, we are daily basis dealing with unstructured data which is generating via CCTV, which is generating via biometric devices, we are generating via n number of IT gadgets, those which we are using, like if we'll consider the banking system, then I hope all of you, even RBI Governor earlier Shakti Kanta Das, now Sanjay Malhotra, they are encouraging customer to perform more and more digital payment transactions. Now, in place of offline payment transaction, customers are using more, even in place of IMPS, RTGS, NEFT, they are more onto UPI, then along with the UPI Lite, and extensively people are using the QR. And then even the data is generating via n number of social media platforms. So data which is in the form of image, audio, video, this form of the data is coming under unstructured data. Then in between the structured and the semi-unstructured data, there is one more, that is the semi-structured data. And I hope all of you, because whenever you perform the return filing, you are performing transaction with your client. So many documents you people are receiving in the form of PDF, you are receiving in the form of JSON, you are receiving in the form of XML, you are receiving in the form of TXT, you are receiving in the form of CSV, and this form of data is come under the category of semi-structured. And now these are the challenges with Excel, that Excel only able to process data which is in the tabular form. Excel unable to process the data which is in the form of the semi-structured as well as data which is under unstructured. And volume of semi-structured data is much more than the volume of structured data. And then volume of unstructured data is much more than the volume of semi-structured data. So now we were looking for the tool via which what we can do, we can transform unstructured data, semi-structured data into the structured data, and then only any human business analyst, whether he or she is a chartered accountant or whether he or she is auditor or even any business analyst, okay, can able to perform comfortably transformation of the data, can able to perform analysis as per the business need, as per the business requirement. And this integration set of data, that is structured data plus semi-structured data plus unstructured data, is known as the big data. And now to fulfill the need and requirement of this big data, this particular tool acquired by Microsoft, that is Power BI. Now Power BI is not only expertise just to support the big data processing. Okay, Power BI Now, full name is Power BI. And what about this BI? Like what I mentioned a moment before, that at this moment, majority of business organizations are working 24 by 7, 365 days. They are working fully online. Okay. So now, people at the top level management, people at the governance level, they have not to perform the decision making, they have to perform strategic decision making, because every day, every moment, there are something is happening with respect to the business environment, whether it is a war between Russia or Ukraine, or whether it is a war between United States, or whether it is a tariff issue. So based on this, organization have to perform changes into their business model. They have to perform changes into their business process. So now they were looking for in place of a static report. Now please kindly concentrate. I'm using another term. In Excel, you people are familiar. In Excel, we always prepare the reports, but in Excel, whenever you perform the audit, then during the audit, during the taxation, you always deal with the historical data. You never use the current data. You never use the live data. Okay. But here, Power BI is a different type of a tool. Power BI is a BI tool. Okay. And what about the BI? BI stands for BUSINE double SINT double LI GENC. That is the business intelligence. And business intelligence, and you know the source of intelligence. Source of intelligence is always knowledge, and source of knowledge is always information, and source of information is always the data, because we always process the data, and data is converted into information, and then information is converted into the knowledge, and then knowledge provide the wisdom for effective decision making. And what about this BI? This BI is always represented by a unique thing, which is known as DASHBOARD. That is a dashboard. Okay. Now, for any layman, now this fundamental should be clear to all of you. If you really want to become subject matter expert or domain expertise into Power BI, in Power BI, always the final output is always in the form of a graph and chart. Okay. And what I mentioned at the beginning, at the end of each and every data analysis, any business report is always in the form of a graph and chart. So now how to differentiate between the business report and a dashboard? Business reports are always a structured document, as well as business reports are always the present static report, whereas dashboard provide the live health, live status of any business. Like at this moment, suppose with respect to particular organization, I am providing the consultancy, an organization is facing some issue with respect to their financial department. So at this moment, I need the live data with respect to the finance. I need the live data with respect to the purchase department. I need the live data with respect to the warehouse. I need the live data with respect to their vendor. I need the live data with respect to their customer. I need the live data with respect to their employee. So what about this dashboard? Dashboard always in the form of a graph and chart. That's why Power BI is also known as DV tool. DV means Power BI is a data visualization tool. Output is always in the form of a graph and chart. And Power BI is a data visualization tool. Okay. It is not like that we only perform the data visualization. We do data analytics also as well as, but main attraction of the Power BI, it is a data visualization, and always the output is in the form of dashboard. And now dashboard is the representation of BI. Means whenever we'll think about the BI, then BI is always represented by dashboard. And now whenever we'll think about the dashboard, I hope all of you would agree, those of you are extensively using dashboard, always contain real-time data, and always with respect to the dashboard, we define one important element known as KPI, that is key performance indicator. Like with respect to our country, crude oil, with respect to our country, gold, with respect to our country, silver, all these are economic indicator. With respect to our country, USD fluctuation. So if there is a fluctuation in USD, then default there is a fluctuation in our currency, that is Forex. If there is a fluctuation in crude oil, then default impact would come over our economy, over our financial status. Similarly, with respect to any business organization, there are some key indicators on the basis of which any organization can able to evaluate their growth, they able to evaluate their productivity, they able to evaluate their efficiency, they able to evaluate their effectiveness. So using the Power BI, we create a dashboard. Using a Power BI, over the dashboard, we define the KPI. Okay, and now what about the in Power BI while performing? Now, you know, all of you would agree that whenever we will think about the chartered accountant and auditor, then during the time of audit, always auditor have to follow the standard. Like Excel is known as a CAT tool. Okay. Excel is known as a CAT tool. MS Access is known as a CAT tool. Means output of database is input for Excel. Similarly here, under the Power BI. Power BI mainly contain three major components, three major elements, like number one is Power Query. Number one is Power Query. Number two is Power Pivot. And number third, I hope my screen is accessible to all of you. And number third is Power View. Okay. And out of 100% operation, those which we perform using the Power BI, as per my experience, because this tool is not a new tool, just for your knowledge, this tool is almost now 1.5 decade old. Okay, although might be some of you are learning, but I don't think so. There is hardly anybody who is attending this session is listening about Power BI first time. So I'm considering that many of you are familiar. So Power BI is 1.5 decade old tool. Okay, this feature is available with even MS Office 2010 version, because there it was not available inbuilt, but has an add-ins we can install. But now, just like a Power BI, all these three components, Power Query, Power Pivot, and Power View, are available in latest version of MS Office default. Like the latest version is Office 2024, before that Office 365, and in between Office 2021, before that 2019, all having this Power Query, Power Pivot. But Excel we never use. That Excel is a dedicated BI tool. Excel we never consider it is a default data visualization tool, although we able to prepare the graph and chart using the Excel. Now, 70 to 80% tasks we perform using the Power Query. And what we can do using the Power Query? Power Query is strictly according to the CAT tool. And I hope all of you would agree with me, especially from chartered accountant point of view, from auditor point of view. When you will think about the CAT tool, then during the audit, during the taxation, chartered accountant only perform with respect to the data only three activity. I never came across the fourth activity. Although I'll do only one type of audit, that is the IS audit, and I'll do extensively the forensic investigation. But in Power Query is also known as ETL tool. And what about the E? E stands for EXTRACT, that is data extraction. So what we can do using the Power Query, we can extract the data. Okay, Now, what I mentioned a moment before, we are no more dealing with the data, we are dealing with the big data. Now, if we are dealing with the big data, so volume of the data is huge, velocity of the data is huge, variety of data is not one form. There are multiple form of data. Some data is in the form of text, some data is in the form of logical data, some data come under the form of arithmetical data, then under the logical data, some data is in the form of text, some data is come in the form of image, audio, video. So there are variety of data. And again, along with the volume, along with the velocity, along with the variety, we also concern about, with the big four, we always use the 5 V: volume, velocity, variety, then we concern about veracity. We concern about, under the current scenario, we are no more concerned about only the data. We concern about authenticity of the data, because if data is not authenticate, data we don't capture through the right source. And although auditor perform the best technique while performing the data analytics, he or she is a subject matter expert with tool like a Power BI, and he or she apply the best technique to process the data. But from wherever he or she collected the data, if that data contains some bugs, defects, or error, then default quality of the report would be affected. So here we concern about authenticity of the data, and that's why now we are extensively using the DPDP 2023. Okay. Then fifth V, that is the data value. So just like a 5 Pandavas, in big data, we use the 5 V: volume, velocity, variety, veracity, and value. And what about the Power Query? Power Query is ETL tool. And now what about this data? This data is not only stored into the one storage. Some of the data is stored into the physical server. Some of the data is stored into the cloud storage. Then again, under the cloud, some data is stored under the private cloud, some data is stored under the public cloud, some data is stored under the hybrid cloud, some data is stored under the AWS cloud, some data is stored under the Azure cloud. So now how we can extract this? Okay, so using the Power Query, we can extract the data through multiple sources. So data extraction is the first activity. Then second activity using the Power Query, that is data integration. Okay. Then third activity, which is the most important part from auditor and chartered accountant point of view, that is data clean, CLEAN SING, data cleansing or data cleaning. So using the Power Query, we can extract the data through multiple sources, and these multiple sources contain data not in homogeneous form, but in heterogeneous form. I'll just show you practically. Then, what about this data? We have to integrate this data. Now, some data is in the form of PDF, some data is in the form of JSON, some data is in the form of XML. And now we want to integrate. Can we able to do this using Excel? Can we able to integrate data using Excel? Means PDF plus SQL plus XML data, can we able to, but comfortably be able to do. And this is what the attraction. And along with this, after the cleaning, now the next activity, as per the business need, as per the business requirement, we have to perform n number of different type of transformation, that is the analysis. Okay, then most of the data we are extracting through the ERP, and ERP contain data in the structured form, in the table form, and all of you would agree, each and every ERP is basically a type of RDBMS system, and in RDBMS system, it contains the relationship. So using the Power Pivot, what we can do, we can perform the important activity here under the Power BI, known as DM. DM stands for DATAMO, DELLING, that is the data modeling. And in data modeling, what actually we'll do, first of all, we establish the relationship between the table. because while performing the analysis, we are not to extract the data only through one table. Like one of the table contain the data, like with respect to the banking organization, one table contain the data related to the customer, another table contain the data related to the transaction, another table contain the data related to the services availed by the customer. So now during the audit, okay, chartered accountant or auditor has to extract some of the data from the customer table, some of the data through the transaction table, some of the data through the services table, through different type of the loan table. Okay, so if there is no relationship, we are unable to. And this activity, when we establish the relationship and extract the data, this is known as data modeling. And while performing the relationship, I hope many of you, we are not having that much time, but I'm just giving you the brochure. Here will consider that person is thorough with the database, person thoroughly understood the concept of the primary key, person thoroughly understood the concept of the foreign key, and person understood that how primary key of first table is acting as a foreign key, because if there is no foreign key, we are unable to establish the relationship between the two table, and if there is no relationship, there is no RDVMS, and then we are unable to extract the data through multiple tables. This is what the attraction of the power pivot. And then power view. Without this, we are unable to prepare the dashboard. And what about here? Under the current scenario, with the latest version of, be able to extract the data through 150 plus data sources across the globe. 150 plus data sources. You name it, any type of cloud, you name it, any type of ERP, you name it, any form of the data, be able to extract. Similarly, 30,000 plus different type of the graphs and chart we able to prepare. So default Power BI should consider that person who is using, he thoroughly understood that when to use the line graph. Okay, means whenever you want to perform the trend analysis, I hope all of you would agree. So at that time, we always use the line graph. When to use the column graph, when to use the bar graph. So n number of different type of visualization facilities available. But this concept, the person who is using, that's why if you really want to become expertise, according to me, there are two more things. First of all, you should be domain expertise related to the business for which you are using, because this is a tool. Then second, your logics. And third, your VISION, that is the vision. More and more you visualize, more and more better and interactive dashboard you able to create. Okay. And now there are some more things before I'll show you practical demo. Now, right now between you and me, I'm using one language, that is English language. Now this in between the user, you and me, be able to communicate either in English, Hindi, Marathi, okay, even the Gujarati, any. So this language would be considered as a user level language. But what about the Power Query? In Power Query, when we extract the data, when we perform the data cleaning, so at that time we use one unique language known as MESH, that is mesh language. Okay. So using the mesh language, which is also in short we known as M language. So using the mesh language, we able to extract the data, we able to integrate the data, we perform the data cleaning. But while performing analysis, we use another language known as DAX. DAX stands for Data Analysis Expression. Okay, so here you have to command, although you don't need to perform the script writing like in Excel. I hope many of you are using the Excel, but I think there are few professionals, not only the chartered accountant, I am considering all domain. There are few professionals are subject matter expert in VBA coding. Okay, I hope some of you would also be expertise that how to prepare VBA code, how to write the macro. Similarly here, if anybody having a good command over the VBA, default will consider he or she having excellent command over Excel. Similarly, if anybody having excellent command over M language and DEX language, default will consider he or she would become a subject matter expert into Power BI. Okay, now please have a look. Let me just show you practically now. I hope all of you, if you want, I will later on share. There are a lot of study material, but I'll share later on. Let me just show you. My screen is accessible, I hope. My Power BI screen is accessible to all of you. Okay. Now, what about here? First activity, we don't need to prepare a data. What we have to do, we have to extract the data. And data extraction, we always perform. Data extraction, we always perform only via one tool, that is Power Query, which is a ETL tool. Now, first of all, let me just show you. Where is my data? I'm having, just to show you the demo, now some of the data I already kept over the cloud. Let me just show you. Now I want to extract the data. I hope all of you able to see onto my screen where I am under the Power BI, under the home, which component I'm using. I want to retrieve the data. Retrieving we also known as get data. And under the get data, please have a look. There are n number of sources of data are available. Okay. Now, I already prepared some data in the form of CSV. And CSV form of data would come under the category of which form of data? CSV data would come under the category of structured data, semi-structured data, or unstructured data. And I hope all of you would agree. From last little more than 1 decade, you name it, any business organization, maximum data. Whenever you receive any data from your client, especially from the big corporate houses, even from some individual client also, they always share the data in the form of the CSV. Okay. CSV, which is stand for comma separated value. Okay. And CSV file we always prepared under the notepad. And notepad is what? Text editor. So if we are using a tool like a notepad to prepare a data, so this data would come under the category of structured data or unstructured data? Unstructured data. Okay. So what we have to do? Want to transform this unstructured data into the structured data. Let me first show you where is my data. Please have a look. Please have a look. I hope all of you are able to see. Now, this data I already parked. Just have a look. This data I already stored into the cloud. Now, which cloud? Right now I'm using a OneDrive. In place of this OneDrive, even we can use AWS. In place of this, even we can use Microsoft Azure. In place of this, we can use Oracle Cloud. In place of this, we can use IBM Cloud. And I hope all of you would agree. Under the current scenario, most of the audits are going on remote base. Maximum time, client would provide you the flexibility that you remain in your office using your own laptop. You able to extract the client data from the client server, and sometime even if client organization is 100% IT enabled, if it is fully paperless, okay, they are totally dependent on to website and web portal, then many times they share with you the URL and they request you that you can extract the data directly from my website, from my web portal. This process is known as web scraping. If time will allow, I'll show you that also. Please have a look. Now, here, I want to extract the data from CSV. Please have a look. I already having lot of data. I hope all of you able to see. Now, under the CSV, please have a look. Now here there is one folder contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 7 file. Okay. Now, out of the 7, suppose I want to extract the data from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what about this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Just consider, like with respect to any business organization, there is a Q1 report, there is a Q2 report, there is a Q3 report, there is a Q4 report. Okay. Now, what about Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, different quarter report? Now, different quarter reports contain different type of the data. Data would be different, but I hope all of you would agree. Format of the report would be same or would be different. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 contain different volume of data, different type of data. Okay. But format of the report would be the same or would be the different? Would be the same or would be the different? Same. Very good. Okay. And now, let me just ask you. Now, suppose I want to prepare a complete financial report. Now, I want to prepare a complete fiscal report. So, I want to integrate data which is stored under the Q1, under the Q2, Q3, and Q4. Means, first of all, I want to extract, then I want to integrate. Okay. Now, to extract the data and to integrate the data, and then to perform the cleaning. Now, and this, all these files are in the form of the CSV. Now, can you help me? Although format of the data is same. So what do you mean by this? Format of the data is same. Now, each and every file contain different volume of the data, but particular field which I define, has a first field into the one of the file. Okay. Like for example, just have a look. Now my CSV file contain, one contain some data. Now it contains the different data, but the field which I defined first into division 1 and field which I defined first number into the division 2 and field which I defined last into fifth file. So each and every field position would be same or would be different? Each and every field position would be same or would be different? If field position would be different, can we able to integrate the file? If the field position would be different, can we able to integrate the different file data? If the field position would be different, can we able to? No. So field position should be. Please have a look. Now what I am going to do, I just simply copy the path of this file. Please have a look. I'm not doing anything, simple. Now I want to extract the data. Come to the get data. Now this data is in the form of CSV. Now can you help me? Like yesterday, I came to know you people attended Power Query session. Now can you help me? This data is already stored under the CSV file. Now here I am having two different options. I don't want to extract the data from one file. I want to extract the data from multiple files and then I want to integrate. So what you would advise me? Which option I should use? Should I use text/CSV or should I use folder? Should I use text/CSV or should I use folder? Which option I should use? Very good. Okay, let me folder. Please have a look. And now what I have to do? Simply I have to paste the data. Simply I have to paste the path of the folder. Now this is the path of the folder. Now right now, this is the folder path which is stored onto the cloud, OneDrive. Now in place of this, if you are doing a real-time audit with respect to any business organization, so in place of this, you have to give the path of the server. Okay, server name, then server name along with the IP address. Okay, oblique, then into the server, under which drive, under which folder. So complete path you have to define under this, then only you are able to perform this activity. Okay, maybe in future we'll get, then I'll show you variety, but at this moment, please have a look. I hope all of you able to see. All of you able to see onto my screen. What about that folder? Folder contains 7 files. So I am able to see all 7 files. Okay. And what about the 7 files? Oh, Nileshi, you are having power. If you want to do along with me, in that case, I have to share this data. But I think right now, you and me, we are not onto some common platform, so I'm unable to share the data. So kindly excuse me. But later on, if you, I will share all these files through the secretariat, and through secretariat, you people can receive. Because I don't have any link via which I am able to share with you people. Otherwise, I will feel good that you people should also perform with me. Because I don't know what is the path between you and me via which I'm able to share the data. I don't have any Google Drive link with me. So I'm unable to. So later on, kindly just allow, excuse me for this moment. I'll show you. You people can perform later on. If you face any issue, you people can ask me. Should I proceed? Can you allow me? Yeah, please, please. Okay. Now, please have a look here. Please. So now I perform right now the one activity using the Power Query. I extracted the data. Now what I want to do, I want to integrate, and then I want to perform cleaning. Please have a look. What I mentioned at the beginning, that Power BI is a BI tool, and it is intelligent tool. And by default, whenever we extract the data, then you will always receive, two options. You always receive 3 options: load, transform data, and cancel. But please have a look right now. Power BI automatically, recognize that I want to integrate all the 7 files, and then I want to perform further operation. So it automatically activated along with load, along with transform data. One more option is included, that is a combined data. Now, let me take help of you people, because you people yesterday attended the Power Query. So what you would advise? Should I directly load this data to prepare the dashboard, or I should use a transform data? Should I directly load this data, or should I use a transform data? No. Now, Nileshi, now there is one more thing. Please. Transform data, using a transform data, I'm only able to transform one particular file. Now I don't want to transform only one file. I want to perform transformation with respect to 7 files. And please have a look here. When I click over the combine, now there are 2 more options: combine and transform data, and combine and load. So what you would advise? Which option I should use? Combine and transform data, and combine and load. Combine and load, because I want to integrate, and then I want to perform cleaning. I hope you people are getting. First of all, I want to integrate and then I want to cleaning. Please have a look. And please, now there is one more thing. My humble request, if you really want to enjoy Power BI, then configuration of your machine should be very good. Minimum your machine must contain 20 GB of RAM, and your machine must contain now. Not only this is a need or requirement of AI, this is not only a need or requirement of machine learning, this is not only a need or requirement of deep learning, this is not only a need or requirement of natural language processing for ChatGPT and all this. But if you really want to enjoy working with Power BI, then configuration of your machine should be higher end, because Power BI is a very heavy tool. Like I mentioned at the beginning, using the Power BI dedicated, we prepare a dashboard which is in the form of graphics. And I hope all of you would agree. Whenever we deal with the graphic operation, then default machine demand heavy configuration. What happened, Manjiri? What happened, Manjiri ji? You missed the step. Even you people can use any other dummy data if you people having. I will share this data later on, but I hope many of you having the other CSV file. You people can. Now please have a look. Now here, just have a look. By default, you are getting here. Just see, even you can change this format. Now delimiter, like I mentioned, all these are the CSV file, and CSV stand for comma separated. Okay. And comma separated would come under the category of unstructured. Even you can change the form. In place of this, if there would be a blank space. Now, right now we go with the default. And I'll click OK. Now, just have a look under the Power BI. Now there is another tool would be activated. And what about this tool? What about this tool? Under the Power BI, there is another tool is activated. And what about this tool? I hope all of you are able to see onto my screen. My screen is accessible. Kindly just confirm. My screen is accessible. I hope all of you are able to see. And now, whatever, now the main, there is one more important attraction here from chartered accountant, from the auditor point of view. Now, whatever the steps we are performing, each and every step would be recorded here. And now, from the auditor point of view, we always have to review. Like suppose many times you are not working directly with the data, maybe your team member are working, you appointed for a particular audit, your organization, key member has a project manager, team leader, but at the end, whenever or time to time, or maybe at the end of each and every day, suppose you have to review the different project, your different team members are using a Power BI with respect to the different audit assignment, with respect to the different other data assignment. Now, if suppose you are looking for some improvisation, some of the steps you want to cancel. Now in normal Excel, I hope all of you, suppose somebody define a wrong formula, then in Excel, we have to do the entire re-engineering from the scratch. We have to delete and then again we have to rewrite. But what about here? We are not dealing with our data, we are dealing with a big data. And the another attraction, you don't need to write anything. Everything is plug and play. And just like undo and redo, if you want to cancel any step, you just simply click over this cross. Then again, you return back to the previous step and then again. So this is again, and every step would be recorded here. And now just we cross check. Like we extracted the data from how many files? Now master data. Now where the master data is stored? Master data is already stored in the form of CSV. Okay. But now, and master data contain different file. But while performing audit, while performing the analysis as per the business need, as per the business requirement, I integrated. So this process, right now I'm doing with the master data or I'm doing into the copy of the data. Right now, all these activities I'm doing into the master data or into the copy of the data. Because as a chartered accountant, as an auditor, we always concern about CIA. That is to maintain high level of confidentiality, integrity, and availability. I hope all of you would agree. Auditor having the privilege to access the data as per the audit need, as per the audit requirement. But no consultant, no auditor, no chartered accountant having any privilege to perform any changes into the master data, and every chartered accountant always advise that master data should always be preserved into the original form to maintain the integrity. Agree with this version? Same is here. In Power BI, via Power Query, we extracted the data, means simply we have taken the copy. Master data is still in the original form. Okay, now just have a look, we cross check whether all 7 files are integrated or not. Please have a look. Just to show you. Please have a look. I am scrolling down. Let me page down. Kindly have a look. I hope all of you are able to see. Successfully it integrated all the files. I hope you are able to see. Number 2, so default 3, 4, 5, all files are present. So successfully we integrated. Okay, now how many steps we performed till now? First of all, through a master data source, we extracted the data, integrated the data. Okay, and now what we want to perform? After we extracted, we integrated. Now, which is the next important step? That is data cleaning. And I hope all of you would agree. According to any data analyst, anywhere in the world, and I hope those of you are doing extensively data analytics, I hope all of you would agree 70 to 80% minimum efforts would be involved only in data cleaning while preparing any business report. Same is with the dashboard also, because quality of the dashboard, because dashboard is a final output. Dashboard only represent the final output in the form of the graph and chart. Just like daily basis from 9:30 to 3:30, you visualize n number of different type of graph and chart with respect to BSc and NSC using a different platform like a money control, like CNBC 18. So all these in the background are using a Power BI. Even now they are using, along with the Power BI, Python also. Now please have a look. Now let me just perform some changes. Now right now please kindly allow me, because I prepared the logic what I want to derive through this data. You people are not aware that what I want to derive through this data, because whomsoever perform the data analytics, I hope as per the business need, as per the business requirement, he or she always have to prepare that what he or she has to derive from the data. Okay, now it is not necessary that each and every data will going to use to prepare the report, to prepare a dashboard. Unwanted data we remove. So unwanted data when we going to remove, so this process would also come under the category of data cleaning. I hope all of you, like I selected certain number of the field, and each and every field contain huge volume of the data. Yes. Madhukarji, what you want? Madhukarji, kindly. I think you people don't have the privilege that you people can unmute and talk. If you're having the privilege, you people can talk also. Can ask your query. I don't know whether you're having the privilege or not. Okay.
No, no one can forum here, so no one can unmute themselves. So what they can do is
Okay.
they can post questions in the chat, and at the end I can take it one on one
Oh,
with you.
so kind of you. So kind of you, for so kind of you. Kindly then allow me. Yes. Okay. So I hope all of you able to see I selected certain number of the data field. Okay. And those data field contain the different type of the data values as well as the different type of the data types. Okay. Now I don't want these data field. I don't want to include into my dashboard. Okay. So I want to remove. Please have a look. And please, this is my humble request. Do practice that much that if anybody can ask you any movement, then you people able to. Now, I hope you people are getting. Where is my cursor? Where is my cursor? Now, remove column. Now, under the remove column, there are two options are available. Remove column and remove other column. Which option I should use? I want to delete all the selected field. So which option I should use? Very good. Very good, Vaibhav. Very good. Very good. So when I remove unwanted column, okay, when I remove unwanted data field, so this step would also come under the data cleaning or not? This step would come under the data cleaning step or not? Okay, very good. And this come under data transformation or data extraction? This come under data transformation or data extraction? No. Kirti ji, this come under transformation. Lady, we already extracted. We are doing transformation right now. Okay. Now let me just show you some more things. Please have a look. Now, I hope all of you able to see there is one field here. In my data set, there is one field is order date. Okay. Now, I hope all of you, like those of you perform extensive stock audit, those of you perform statutory audit, those of you perform internal audit, even those of you perform the purchase audit with respect to any business organization, then I hope all of you would agree. Whenever the data would be recorded, so data usually recorded even into the via tally, and via tally this data would be stored into the ERP server, but data always recorded via low level user. Agree with this version or not? Means data entry always perform in any corporate, in any business organization by the low level user. Agree with this version or not? Okay, and those low level users are highly technocrate or they possess a low technical skill. They are highly technocrate or they are a low technical. So whenever they perform the data recording, this is a human error. This is not a fraud. Please kindly. It is a human mistake. Suppose they are doing a data entry. So might be in place of dot, in place of hyphen, in place of a slash, somewhere they use a different type of delimitator. Okay. And now suppose somewhere into the date, in place of using a hyphen, use a dot, that is a period. Somewhere in place of a period or a dot, if use a slash, and now somewhere in place of DDMMYY. Suppose date would be is in the form of MMDDYY. So if date is recorded in the different form, so this will also affect the quality of dashboard or not. If date is not properly organized, so this will affect the quality of a dashboard or not. Okay, so now, right now, although I already processed my data number of times, so my date right now, I hope all of you able to see it is looking well organized, and this is in the form of a DDMMYY. But just to show you, let me perform another operation. Then you people able to learn one more utility under the Power Query, under the Power BI, and this facility is available. This is known as pattern recognition, and pattern recognition is the main attraction of machine learning. And this feature default available in Power BI also. Please have a look. Now I want to replace all this hyphen with the slash. Please, even I want to replace all this hyphen with the dot. Period. Means I want date should be in the form of 24.05.2018. And I hope all of you would agree. Each and every organization, whether it is a banking, whether it is an insurance, whether it is any manufacturing unit, they strictly follow a particular pattern to record the date. Agree with this version or not? They strictly follow a particular pattern or not to record the date. If date would be recorded in different pattern, so this will affect the quality of the audit. This will affect the quality of data analysis. Okay. So now what to do? Now I selected this particular field, and please have a look what I'm going to do. Now where is my cursor? Where is my cursor? Please kindly have a look. Where is my cursor? Kindly confirm. Okay, very good. I just want to acknowledge that you people are with me or not. Add column. Then under add column, extreme left, first option is column from example. I hope all of you are able to see. Now there are two options are available, from all columns and from selection. So what you would advise? Which option I should use? Which option I should use? Very good. Very good, Vaibhavji. Very good. Very good. From selection, please have a look. And now automatically there is new column is created. And now please kindly concentrate. We extracted the data not from one file, we extracted the data from 7 files. So right now, this file contain a data or this file contain a big data? This file contain a data or this file contain a big data? Huge volume of data. There are more than 5,000 records are present, and I want to apply a particular pattern onto all. Please have a look now. Intelligence. That's why Power BI even partially supported AI also. And right now, the task which is I'm performing, this is known as BI using AI. Please have a look. Pattern recognition. Now 24.05.2018. I hope all of you. And now let me write the second date. Please have a look now. Please have a look now. Now you observed something onto my screen, something new happened onto my screen. I hope all of you are able to see what happened onto my screen. I just defined my pattern with respect to two records, and it automatically recognized that I want to follow a particular pattern with respect to the entire file. So this feature from any analyst, from any professional business analyst point of view, from any auditor, from any chartered accountant point of view, it is a useful feature or not? And just see, I'll simply click here, OK. Although coding is already performed under the mesh language. If you really want to become a smart, maybe in future, sometime we'll interact and I'll show you how to perform, how to control. But right now, I'll simply click OK. Please have a look. Please have a look now. I hope all of you are able to see. Nowhere I done. Simply plug and play. So this is a time saving or not? And this is a useful feature or not from chartered accountant auditor point of view? And please have a look. And this activity is also come under data cleaning. This activity is also come under data cleaning. Now please have a look. Now by default, what is mentioned? Replace text. Now I don't want this. I want to customize the name. DO, I hope you are able to. Logical name, date of order. Okay. Now let me take your one more help. Now date is present at two places. By default date, and now I customize date, and this feature is known as flash suite. I hope those of you are well versed with Excel. In Excel also, 2013 onwards in Excel, there is one facility is available under the data, flash field, using a control E. Okay, but that flash field you can apply only with respect to the finite data. This we apply with respect to the big data. Okay, using a Power Query. Although it is a successor of flash field only, and this is a one type of a flash field. I hope many of you are familiar with the flash wheel under Excel. Control E. Okay. So now what you would advise me? Should I keep both the dates or I should remove one of the date? If I keep both the date, then this will affect my quality of dashboard or not? If I keep, so which date I should remove? Which date I should remove? Which just now I created or the previous one? Which date I should remove? Which I customized just now, which or previous one? Very good, very good. Okay, and now please have a look what I'm doing. I want to reposition date of order, and now I want to delete this. Again come to home, again come to remove column. I hope all of you able to see. And now, so right now, although we can do n number of activity, will Power BI show me whether part of the dates are in and other dates are yes. This will be definitely. If you want, I'll share. You don't need to. Darpanji, kindly just concentrate. Just see, have a look. Now what to do? Although we can do n number of different type of transformation, but right now time won't allow me. Let me just show you some more things in brief. Because please kindly consider we are not into a detail workshop. Just consider whatever I am sharing with you. This is just I am playing a role of IGNITION. I'm just playing a role of ignition. And this is even not a scratch according to me with respect to the Power BI. Maybe sometime in detail workshop will definitely interact in future. Maybe a physical workshop, then in the whole day you people would learn something more. Yes, please have a look now. Now I want to using this. Now I extracted the data, I integrated the data, I transformed the data, and every step would be recorded here. How to change date formats if they are Swapnil ji, kindly have a look. Swapnil ji, kindly have a look here. I'll just show you with another exercise. You are asking me, I'll show you one more exercise to give you this answer. One more better exercise. One more. Can you give me time? Okay. I'll just complete, then I'll show you with that exercise also. I'll show you. I remember your query. Okay. Now we extracted the data, we integrated the data, we perform some transformation. Although we can do a number of more transformation, but now I want to prepare a dashboard. I want to prepare a graph and chart. Means now the final task I want to perform. Okay. So we have to return back. How to come to home, close and apply. I hope all of you are able to see. And now under the Power BI, I hope on extreme left hand side, you're able to see there are 5 options are available. I hope you people are getting something is happening onto my screen. We already successfully performed the one activity E. We successfully performed the second activity T. And now the third activity, that is loading, is going on. And now finally want to prepare a dashboard. And dashboard is always in the form of graph and chart. So dashboard is always in the visualized form. And can you help me one thing? Let me just ask you. Whenever we want to prepare a graph and chart, so graph and chart we always prepare with respect to a textual values, or graph or chart we always prepare with respect to the numerical value. Graph and chart we always prepare with respect to the textual value or a numerical value. Very good, Sandeep ji, very good. Like for example, the name of the month. So name of the month, name of the year, name of the quarter, name of the employees, name of the vendor, name of the different organization would be come under the name of the products. Okay, like for example, with respect to the banking organization, like bank is interested to know that how many customers perform the payment transaction via offline, how many customers perform the payment transaction via online, how many customers perform the payment transaction via IMPS, how many customers perform the payment transaction via RTGS, how many customers perform the payment transaction via NEFT, how many customers perform the payment transaction via UPI, then how many customers while performing the UPI payment transaction use phone pay, how many customers use WhatsApp payment. So here, along with the text, numerical value is mandatory or not? I am saying if there is no numerical value, we unable to prepare a graph or chart. Agree with this version or not? If there is no numerical value, so quality of the chart, quality of a graph is always dependent on to the quality of analysis or not. Means more and more thorough analysis we perform, more and more better quality of a graph and chart. So dashboard represent the final output, but the quality of dashboard dependent on to how effectively in the background we process the data. I hope all of you. Now kindly have a look on left hand side. My data is available. I hope on right hand side on my screen. I hope all of you able to see. Data is available. Okay, now I want to prepare a dashboard. And dashboard contain multiple type of analysis, multiple type of graph. Now, right now, please kindly allow me. I am applying my logic. Okay, but and time is not giving me and I am considering that all of you understood, all of you well versed that when to use a column graph, when to use a bar graph, when to use a line graph, when to use XY graph, when to use pie graph, when to use the donut graph. Should I consider that all of you thoroughly understood when to use which type of a graph? If you want this type of a study material, I will share with you. Please, this is my humble request. If this concept is not clear, you want to enjoy while preparing a dashboard. Because just using a tool, that doesn't mean you become a master until unless the concept is not clear. Now, please have a look here. Now, here, under the view, you are getting this option. Kindly just confirm. Where is my cursor? Very good. Please have a look here. I hope all of you able to see. Now, I want to prepare chart number 1. Now, let me max. Chart number 1. Okay. Now, here there are different fields. Company name, department, date of order, location, order ID, product ID, quantity, source name. Now, all of you, I am considering all of you are experienced chartered accountant, all of you are experienced auditor. Can you advise me to prepare a simple visualization? Which field I should use first, and which field I defined over x-axis and which field I defined over y-axis. Suppose I want to prepare a chart between company and between the quantity, between the company and the quantity. So company name, I
And please here, your little bit, I'm not saying much, but little bit your mathematics. And you should be good with it, statistics. You should understood which field has to be defined over the x-axis, which field has to be defined over the y-axis. Okay, very good. So please have a look. I simply pick which field, company name, and where I drop this field. Please have a look over x-axis. I hope all of you able to see. All of you able to see onto my screen something happen. Okay. Similarly, now
quantity over the y-axis. Please have a look. And now, what I have to do, what I have not selected, I have not selected a type of a graph. Now, by default, it's showing. By default, it's showing. Now, just have a look. I hope all of you are able to see. Now, can you help me? Which graph is looking appropriate? Should I go with the stack bar, or should I go with the stack column, or what you would advise? I should go with the cluster, because the purpose, because via graph, via chart, we want to communicate to the other user, than other user, what I mentioned at the beginning. What is the purpose? Why we are preparing a dashboard? Why we are preparing a dashboard? Because somebody using this graph, somebody using this chart has to perform strategic decision making. So this graph or chart is a medium of communication. Agree with this version or not? Now, person who is going to perform the strategic decision making, he or she is not a subject matter expert with Power BI. Just like RBI governor, just like chairman of SBI, but they are dependent on to the quality of the dashboard prepared by different different data business analyst. Is it or not? So selection of the graph is the most important part. So what you would advise, which graph I should use? Which graph is looking appropriate? Should I, if I'll use the line graph is appropriate or not in this case? Line graph, no. Line graph, no. Line graph always we use with respect to trend analysis. Trend analysis. Then if I'll use the pie chart is appropriate or not? Pi always represent the value in the form of percentage, and pi is always appropriate when the data values are finite or infinite. Like for example, Institute of Chartered Accountant of India divided the whole country, not physically, logically, into the 5 part. And at the end of the day, suppose president, and suppose right now, chairman of WIRC, Saurabh bhai want to know that what about the participation of member from Mumbai? What about the participation of member from Pune? What about the participation of member from Aurangabad? What about the participation of member from Ahmedabad? So, a person like a chairman of WIRC, it is comfortable to visualize in the form of which type of graph? Like at the end of this session, suppose chairman want to visualize that how many member participated, then what about the participation from Mumbai, then again from Mumbai, how many members participated from Churchgate, how many member participated from Borivali, how many member participated from Thane. So which graph would be appropriate here? No, 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 no. Pi is always with respect to. Now, if suppose how many from percentage, northern part of Maharashtra, southern part of Maharashtra, eastern part of Maharashtra, then western part, then here in this case the pi would be like how many members from NIRC, how many members from SIRC, how many members from EIRC. Then for president of Institute of Chartered Accountant point of view, he always want to visualize the report in the form of percentage. So there the pie chart, but right now here, according to me, appropriate would be this is a which chart? I hope all of you. Now this is a one form. Now we'll go with the second visualization. Please have a look. Now I prepare a second. Now somebody advise. Now suppose I want to prepare a graph between department, and now there is one more. Suppose I'm interested to know one more graph. One company can able to generate multiple orders or not? One company, like with respect to the banking organization, one customer can able to perform multiple transaction or not? One customer, similarly one company can able to place multiple order or not? Now just like with respect to the banking organization, according to RBI, each and every bank is enabled with the CBS system, and each and every bank recognize the customer in the form of a customer ID. Similarly, with respect to any business organization, they always assign a unique ID to each and every company. So every company having the unique company ID. So company name would always be changed, or company name would remain a constant. Whenever the company places a new order, so company name would remain a same. Okay. But whenever the new order would be generated, so new order ID would be generated. Now suppose at the end of the day, finance manager CFO is interested to know how many orders placed to a particular company, or total how many orders placed, and what about the distribution of this order. Means CFO is interested to know that with respect to which company maximum order placed, with respect to which company minimum order, then which with respect to which company highest value order would be generated. So now here I want to visualize this using company. Please have a look. I use the company name, and then I use the order. But order, please have a look. Now, how many numbers of order placed by a company? Okay. So how to calculate? How to calculate? In front of the company name, I want the number of orders. I want the number of orders. So what should I do? What should I do? Which field I should use, and where I should place that field? And where I should place that field? No, 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 no. I don't want the quantity, Vaibhavji. Vaibhavji, kindly listen. I don't want the total quantity. I just want to count the total number of orders. Total number of orders. Like with respect to the banking organization, I'm not interested to know that total how much transaction performed by a customer. I'm only interested to know on behalf of a branch manager how many transaction performed by a particular customer. I hope you're getting me. Okay, so where I should place this order ID? Where I should place this order ID? Under which field I should place this order ID? Under which field I should place this order ID? Where is my y-axis? Please have a look. And where is value? Now, right now it's just showing order. I'm interested to. Please have a look. It calculated. It calculated. It calculated. Now, this graph is looking appropriate, or you would advise me the another graph? This graph is looking appropriate, or you would advise me the another graph? Please have a look now. Please have a look here. I hope. So onto the same screen, I am visualizing two different type of the graph. I'm visualizing two different type of the graph. I'm visualizing two different type of the chart. Although right now we are getting the output in the form of tabular form, but this is not a normal table. This come under the chart category. I hope you observed. I selected from here table option, and many times we have to visualize, and just have a look how many records, and now you people can cross check. And for this, I hope all of you are familiar in Excel. from last many years to calculate this. In Excel, always you use one facility, which is the main attraction of Excel. That is pivot table. Pivot table. I hope all of you well versed with pivot table. And now the task of the pivot table, just in plug and play, we able to perform here. Pratima ji, want to ask something? Yes, Pratima ji. X-axis represent the company and y-axis represent the order. So in this manner, we able to perform n number of different type of the visualization. And now there is one more thing. Please have a look. Now, right now, just assume this is my final dashboard. Even when we can include some more. And now, when I perform this analysis, when I prepare this dashboard, at the same time, at the same moment, when I'm doing this analysis, when I prepare this dashboard using a Power BI, so people in my company, people in my organization are working, my production department is working, transaction is going on. So when I prepare this dashboard, so at that time, in the background, new data would also be generated or not? New data would also be generated or not? New data would also be generated or not? And what I'm looking for, that whatever the number of steps I performed just now with respect to the 7 file, I want to, what I'm looking for, I don't want to repeat each and every step again. I want all those steps which I already performed from data extraction till now would be automatically implemented with respect to my new data set. And this feature of Power BI is known as BI using AI. Can I show you something? Please have a look here. Now just assume, suppose in the background, I hope all of you able to see onto my screen. You people are getting the full exposure on my machine. So right now, level of risk with respect to my machine is maximum. Please have a look. Please have a look. I hope all of you able to see what I am doing right now.
Yes, we can.
Yes, please. Please have a look. Right now, how many records are there? Right now, how many records are there? 7,000. Okay. Now, just assume, suppose I deleted this 6 and 7. Okay. So now, number of records reduce. So automatically, and what I am looking for, changes here. How to? Please have a look here. Please have a look here. Tushaji, you want to ask something? I hope you all able to see onto my screen. Please have a look. Something is happening onto my screen. Kindly visualize my screen. Now 7,000 replaced by 5,000. And now let me do vice versa. Please have a look. Now just assume, suppose initially I included 5 files, and when I already prepared a dashboard using the 5 files, just assume at that time my production team developed 2 more files, and suppose those 2 files are 6 and 7. And now let me simply copy this file from production department into my analyst department I simply placed. Please have a look. Just see. And right now I am not aware. Just consider I'm not aware that how much volume of data file number 6 contain, how much volume of data file number 7 contain. And right now I'm including two file in place of two. That may be 200, that may be 2000. And now again I back to Power BI. Again I back to directly dashboard. Dashboard means final output. I don't want to repeat each and every step. Please have a look. It is working. It is working. So this is useful or not? From chartered accountant, from the auditor point of view, this is a useful tool or not? And not only for the client. According to me, like many of you, I hope so. You people are doing different type of audits. You people are doing different type of taxation. You are providing different type of consultancy. Why not for your own organization you prepared a dashboard? And if I'll consider that all of you are the top level user with respect to your respective organization, and if you simply prepare a dashboard, so this become a effective medium of communication to coordinate with your different team members or not? This become a effective tool via which you able to communicate with your different team members or not? Or real time you people would get the real time you people would get the retrieval that what about the status of your different audit project, because some of your teams are working onto the client side. And even this Power BI you people can access mobile based also, so you will get the real time. The new files might not have been no Tapeji, each and every new files are also clean. Means whatever the activities I defined, that's why this is known as a BI tool. We don't need to do, means whatever the steps I define with respect to file number 1 to file number 5, automatically that those steps would be implemented with respect to the new file. Right now I included two files, but in place of two, even you can include 200, you can include 2000. So in this manner, because we are not dealing with the data, we are dealing with the big data. So this is a time saving or not from any professional user point of view. And the task of n number of business user would able to perform by a single user. You just see why the layoffs are going on, why the cost cutting is going on, and in this manner you able to shift manual process onto the robotic process automation. Yeah. Correct, Sabir ji. Should I show you one more exercise? Just 5 minutes. Although I have to leave because I have to travel, so kindly just allow me for the day. But definitely in future, I will give you more time, and honestly, we'll do some more things advanced with respect to the other. But just quickly, let me just show you one more exercise. And this time, let me include I'm just opening the new file. And this in the background demand very heavy resources. So you need a very good RAM, you need a very good. And again, right now I'm working online. So again, it will consume heavy resources. Now, right now, In the previous exercise, I use which type of data? I use CSV file. Now in place of CSV, in most of the audits, in most of the taxation, you always communicate with the ERP server, and ERP server contain the data in which form? SQL form. Now let me extract the data in the form of SQL. Let me just show you. I already having some SQL data. Please have a look onto my screen. I hope all of you able to see onto my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yeah, now, right now, I already prepared some SQL data in the using tool MS Access. Now, in place of MS Access, even we can use Oracle, we can use MySQL, we can use Paradox, we can use IBM DB2. All these are database tool. Okay, even in SAP also, I hope those of you are well versed with SAP. SAP is the name of the product, but in the background, in SAP also we are using Oracle. And any database understood only one language, that is the SQL. So quality of Power BI, quality of dashboard is dependent on to the quality of SQL also. So again, this is my humble request. Like those of you really want to become in future subject matter expert into data analytics, even they are planning into the data science. So please, you should thorough even with SQL also. Now, right now, here, just have a look. There are n number of files contained. Okay, and this is what all these are the name of the database, and each and every database is in the form of RDBMS, contain n number of tables. Now let me extract this data. How to? Please have a look what I am doing. Again, come to get data. Okay, now I want to extract the data from where? I want to extract the data from where? From MS Access. So MS Access is what? Database. Now in place of MS Access, even I can, if I'm using SAP, output of SAP HANA also, we can extract into the Power BI. Just like those of you are familiar with SAP HANA, output of SAP FICO is input for SAP HANA, and output of SAP MM is input for SAP FICO. This is the cycle we follow under the SAP. Similarly here also. Please have a look. Please have a look. And suppose the name of the database, which I already prepared, this WorldPay. Now, what about the nature of this file? Previous files were CSV and these are SQL. So SQL data would come under the category of structured data, semi-structured or unstructured. No. I am also just, let me just quickly, before going to wind up, let me just, please have a look. Please have a look. I hope all of you able to see onto my screen. Now it's showing already this database contain multiple table. I selected first table customer. I selected second table order. I selected third table product. And now in place of transform, right now time is not giving, so I'll directly click over load just to show you. And now I want to prepare a dashboard using this three tables. Please have a look. Right now this contain finite data, but just assume in place of this, if all these tables would contain infinite data. Again, let me select new visualization. Okay. I'm interested to know, like, if we'll consider organization like Zomato and Swiggy. Okay. So every day, organization like Zomato, Swiggy, Flipkart, Amazon, they are interested to know that total how many orders they receive, then which customer place how many number of orders, because there are some customers place the order with respect to breakfast, lunch as well as dinner. I hope all of you would agree. Okay, now just have a look. And they recognize the customer using a customer ID. Okay, where is customer ID? Now customer ID, should I define onto x-axis or y-axis? Customer ID should be defined onto x-axis or y-axis? X. Shabir bhai, customer. Okay, and number of orders. And now I'm interested to know number of orders placed by the customer. Please have a look. Oh, value is negligible. That's why. Value is negligible. But in place of this, let me include order and include the quantity. Then you better visualize. It's working. We can do n number of other things also, but right now time is not giving me the freedom, please. Kindly just excuse me. Over to you, forum. Even you can ask any query on behalf of all. Yes, forum.
Yes, thank you for this session. In Q&A, there were a few questions which were admin related or something. So I have answered most of them. Now,
So
with
kind of
this, I
you.
would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Dr. Kapil Kumar Suri for such an insightful and engaging session on mastering Power BI. Sir, your practical approach and clarity in explaining interactive usage of Power BI has truly added immense value to all the participants. We also extend our sincere thanks to CS Saurabh Ajmera, Chairman of WIRC, the entire WIRC committee, and the WIRC backend team for their continuous support and seamless coordination in organizing this session. We are pleased to inform all the participants that the recording of this session will soon be available on WIRC's YouTube channel for your reference.
So kind
Lastly,
of you.
as
Thanks.
mentioned earlier, tomorrow's session will start at 5:30 p.m. On behalf of everyone, thank you so much once again and have a great day ahead. Bye bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.